this I will build my church. The foundation is that Christ is the Messiah, and that the church will be built on that foundation, Christ being the cornerstone. So this is important that we read here, what we read here in 1 Corinthians chapter 3. Now we, as members of his body, we will build upon this foundation with gold, silver, and other precious stones, and with wood, hay, and stubble, which are easily consumed. But that being said, the most important thing here is that Christos, the Messiah, he is the foundation. And what is significant about the foundation is who he is, which is the Messiah, or the anointed one. I hope you're following along with me. Now, what I want to do now, I want to go to Ephesians chapter 2. Ephesians chapter 2. And in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20, we see the following words of the Apostle Paul. And he says that we are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Jesus Christ himself being the chief cornerstone. The chief cornerstone. For those of you who need evidence to these things that I'm talking about, I'm giving you the evidence. I'm giving you the verses. I'm telling you where to look. It's not hard to find. It's not hard to find. Now listen, Ephesians chapter 2, Paul says that we are built upon the foundation of the apostles and the prophets, Jesus being the chief cornerstone. Now, let me explain something. If the apostles and the prophets are the foundation, if prophets and apostles are the foundation upon which the church is being built, and Christ is the cornerstone, then that tells us that there are no longer prophets and apostles. Because the Bible says here that the foundation has already been laid. But if there are apostles and prophets yet to come and are existing now, that means the foundation has not been laid. And it certainly means that if the foundation has not been laid, then the cornerstone has not been set, of which Jesus is the cornerstone. So no building of the church can begin until the foundation has been laid. If prophets and apostles are still being produced today, then that means that the foundation is still being built. And that is simply not true. That is simply not true. So now, Paul tells us this. So I want to go on back to 1 Corinthians chapter 13, because I want to point out something that has been the source of much dispute. And I think that what was important has been overlooked by many. Been overlooked by so many. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, and beginning at verse 8. It says here in verse 8, love never fails. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. Verse 9, for we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. So now listen, Paul tells us